Hello and welcome back to HLS Crypto. My name is Dan. Let me just move that out of the way. So today the video is I was wrong about render, RNDR. Thing is, so as you might have known, if you've gone back and watched through a few of the videos, that I did a video called the top 5 AI coins, for the next bull run, which was my top 5 coins basically that I thought would do well and perform really well. Render was in that top 5. I definitely was right behind Render. However, I had a preference for Singularity Net, AGIX. I still really like AGIX. I still hold AGIX now. So again, caveat it, not so much wrong about Render, but having done a bit more of a deep dive and seeing a few other things about it, Render really excites me. There's something that could be really, really going on here. We'll have a quick brief sort of run through the website, and then there's an article I want to read, which I think will show you the reasons why I'll be even more bullish. So if we go onto their own website itself, distributed GPU rendering on the blockchain, which I think we've already covered in our previous video, but we'll go further down. So the render network provides near unlimited decentralization GPU computing power for next generation 3D content creation. Now, as you know, we're coming to a world now where there's so much things going into content. It's so visual. There's so much space, but it's expensive, right? So the Render Network is the first decentralized GPU rendering platform empowering artists to scale GPU rendering work on demand to high performance GPU nodes around the world. Through a blockchain marketplace for ideal GPU compute, the networks provide artists the ability to scale next generation work at fractions of the cost. And that's key. Fractions of the cost. That's going to entice a lot of people to be able to do these things, because a lot of creative people out there, if they had the finance, the backing, with traditional technologies, then it wouldn't be a problem. But because this is so cheap, it's going to enable a lot more skilled and talented people who haven't got that kind of wealth to go and create some great things. So launched in 2017, the Render Network is built to provide a platform for a wide array of computation tasks, from basic rendering to artificial intelligence, which are facilitated swiftly and efficiently in a blockchain-based peer-to-peer network, free from error or delay. Massive though. No error, no delay. That's huge. Whilst ensuring secure property rights, which is, again, a really big, important thing. So their vision is to democratize GPU cloud rendering. The Render Network creates a much more efficient, powerful, and widely scalable rendering network. Now, I spoke about scalability before. To build something, scalability has to be there. It's going to be the thing that would then entice large numbers of users, because scalability is what most things are all about. So the problem is, so our visual world is evolving at a breakneck speed, which it is. And most things are, as we get more into AI. I believe AI, I'm sure someone said, I don't know how long ago it was, but there'll be like a billion jobs being taken by AI by 2025. And this is something that I said in previous videos as well, regarding, if you think about your job now, what you do, can that be replaced by AI? If the answer is yes, it's time to be a little bit fearful. I don't want to incite fear into people, but that would concern me a little bit. If your job can be replaced by a computer, then that computer doesn't need to sleep, doesn't need to eat. I'm sounding like we're from the Terminator, the film, but like, it doesn't need to do any of them things. It can just consistently run. So it's going to be more effective than a human being. It won't have our soul and our emotions, compassion, that kind of stuff. It's just going to be like relentless. So that's a concern, but this is the way the world's going. And if it replaces 1 billion people's jobs, then yeah, it's time to be fearful, I think, because then you're going to need to have either a decent cryptocurrency portfolio where you can get out and make yourself financially free, or an alternative way of earning income that a computer can't replace you with. So authoring and publishing state-of-the-art graphics is an immense challenge that is growing each day. The future demand for advanced rendering will lead to even more complexity and require high resolution and more interactivity. So I'm not going to go through this whole website. So we've got network scalability, efficient infrastructure, a better use of GPU power, and digital rights management. And then how Render works. Essentially, the Render Network is the first network to transform the power of GPU compute into a decentralized economy of connected 3D assets. But what I want to talk about is this. So As some of you may already know, it had a spike back in, I think it was February time, maybe March time, when some of this news was revealed to the public about the Apple connection. So it says here founded in 2016. So it's either 2016 or 2017. It's got to be, it's probably months in it or something. But the Render Token is a project that's looking to offer decentralized GPU-based graphic rendering solutions, which we've discussed. But today, the demand for graphic rendering solutions has increased exponentially, and it'll continue to increase exponentially. Gaming platforms, NFT artists, metaverse developers, architects, animators, interior designers, etc. This is a broad range of things to be involved in, or to have the reason to increase in the use cases of this token. Just moved out of the way a sec. So they all need 3D graphic rendering solutions essentially. However, the computing equipment required to create these images and videos is usually very expensive, which it is. Moreover, I mean, this is I'm not using an expensive laptop right now, but you've seen how my Loom cuts out, or I will invest in better computing as I go on. At the minute, I'm obviously focused on spreading and building my crypto portfolio as much as possible, but I will eventually get something really nice set up for you guys, so it's a bit more, a bit better, for people to view. So, moreover, rendering these creatives into a widely accepted format such as JPEG, MP4, MOV, AVI, etc., takes a lot of time and can be carried out using advanced graphic processing units, which are GPUs. This is where Render Token comes in. As per its website, Render Token is designed to connect users looking to perform render jobs with people who have idle GPUs to process the renders. Those who have idle GPUs operate as nodes on the Render Token network, and those who have projects that are rendering are known as creators. The creators can post jobs that need to be rendered. The network will assess the scope of the work and calculate the amount of render required to complete the job. The details of the job and its cost are coded into smart contract and broadcasted on the render network. Node operators can pick up the job use their idle GPU processing power to complete it and send it back to the creator. In exchange, the node operator will receive the RNDR tokens, or render tokens, allocating for the job, minus a small fee that goes to the network for facilitating the entire operation. The fee collected are used for network maintenance and other related expenses. The render token network has already captured the attention of digital creators and has been creating waves in recent weeks. The interface is super simple. There's a ton of different options and it's cost effective. And it's just something that lets the technology get out of the way and just focus on the creativity. Said Beeple, the man behind the world's most expensive NFT artwork. Tiny computer, big project. The render network is your best friend, said Stefan Mattis, another popular NFT artist. So now this is the juice, I think, for me. The Apple integration. So Render Token is the brainchild of Jules Urbach, who is also the founder of ATOY, a cloud rendering company. As such, Render Token is just one of the main offerings in a suite of products and services provided by ATOY. One of the most popular, the more popular products that OTOY have put out to date is Octane Render, which is the world's first and fastest, unbiased, spectrally correct GPU render engine on the market. It is a software that you can use to edit, create, and render realistic 2D images or videos based on 3D models. It allows users to apply lighting, shadows, and other effects to create cinematic realism in images and videos. The software also provides users with plugin support for several other 3D graphic and content creation tools, including Cinema 4D, Maya, Houdini, Blender, etc. Now, so we're going to come to a world where there's going to be people. I mean, there could be 15-year-olds right up to like 21-year-olds who are all like into massive tech, who could create like a Hollywood blockbuster just using these kind of things. Like, cinema visits are going down, but whereas YouTube and Netflix, or Netflix is probably a bad example because that is going down a little bit because they've sort of slit their own throat. But there's a lot of companies. Video on demand is huge. Cinema is getting used less. There's a niche there. There's something in there that this could actually produce and bang with. Users can create and render images and videos directly on Octane Render, or they can import creatives from the other tools mentioned above and simply use the software to render the final output. Thanks to its capabilities, Octane Render has become extremely popular in the film and gaming industry. In fact, Octane Render was also used to render the opening visuals for seasons 1 and 2 of the hit series Westworld. Even the node operators on the render network need to use Octane Render to process the jobs that they pick up. Now, on December the 27th, that was last year, so 2022, OTOY launched Octane X, which is like the smartphone version of the Octane Render. The app is available for free download on M1 and M2 iPads. Mac users can now pull off real-time photorealistic 3D rendering fast, said the Apple Store preview of Octane X. Octane X provides users access to renders tokens, decentralized grid of GPU processing units, and this will allow thousands of digital creators to tap the render token network for their graphic processing needs. Furthermore, the adoption of render token could grow even further once more developers, designers, and architects use Octane X for gaming, firm, and other productions. The possibilities look even more promising once Octane X is available on the iPhone, allowing millions of users to access the interface and tap the render token network for their graphic processing needs. As such, render's indirect integration with Apple has caused the price of render to spike. Now, this article was a little bit back ago, but it shot from 41 cents on December 27th to $1.62 at the time of writing, which is actually slightly lower now. That translates into 295% gains in a little over a month. So the conclusion to that is that render token shows just how blockchain technology can be leveraged to create a project with amazing use cases and tons of real life potential. And with the growing need for rendering solutions and its Apple integration, the render network, the render token, seems to have a bright future. And again, it caveats it with, however, cryptocurrencies are highly volatile, which they are, we know this. Their prices can swing wildly in a matter of hours, which is, you can see that as a negative or a positive. I see it as a positive because I still believe during the bull run, them wild swings are going to be in our favor, you know. Therefore, it's important to do your own research and invest only as much as you can afford to lose completely, which we always say. You know, it's always important to go and do your own research. Let's take a look at the chart, because the chart for me, which when it loads, it'll probably take a little bit of time because I'm using what seems to be a gas-powered laptop. So the price is $1.55 right now. So we know it's slightly less than what we saw in the article. Its all-time high, though, was $8.78. I think on the actual, that's on a wick. I think the actual chart sort of went to around about $8. The thing with this is as well, is the Apple news, you'll see when this took place. So it peaked back sort of late 2021. So again, it's had that peak where we expect it to. But round here is kind of where the Apple news and the FOMO side of things came in there. But now it's coming like down again to a nice price. Do I want to buy it at this price? No. But the same way, you know, regards with like Casper, you know, I'm waiting for that to come down slightly. $1.55, it's not a terrible price. You know, it generally isn't. I would like to try and get that maybe a little bit cheaper, but it is definitely for me going to be one of the top, if not top, AI coins come the bull run. Now, there's just one or two final thoughts that I will talk to you about now when this loads up. Well, actually, so the main thought is Apple. An integration, even a soft partnership with Apple, is going to create waves, and it will continue to do that. And I believe the more that Apple get involved with render, you know, the better it can be. If we scroll this down a little bit, if it works, I would be very interested in anything that's partnered with Apple. I mean, Apple are now launching a new iPhone right now, right? It's going to be really expensive. I think are they making it more difficult to charge it or something like that? I'm sure there's some sort of story that it's going to be harder to charge, which seems a bit annoying. Website traffic. This is another key metric to look at. So I'm under the belief from someone who studies website traffic that render is outperforming most of the AI coins. I believe that it's one of the only ones going up, whereas I think AGIX is slightly going down. It's a $20 coin that I believe, for me, 100%, this is a $20 coin in the bull run as a minimum. Do you think that's too bullish? Do you think it's too bearish? You know, you let me know in the comments. Is there anything on render that you some render holders, have you got any comments that you think that there's more to this? Is there, do I need to elaborate further? Have you got any extra source that I should go through on the next render video? I'm excited by it. I think it's very good. Um, if you like this video, then please smash the like button. Also, the subscribers, they continue to go up, and I'm really grateful to each and every one of you. The faster that grows, the better it is for the channel, and hopefully I'll be able to get you a bit more clear videos without having to have so much problems with the cameras and things like that. But hopefully we'll get there. Subscribe if you can. I really do appreciate it. Like the video, as I said before. Comment below any comments you have on render. We're going to do a video as well shortly regarding, I've got a lot of comments that are asking me to review certain coins. So I'm going to try and do maybe a two-part where we go through our subscribers' coins and give our thoughts and see what we think about them. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you once again. Take it easy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.